Not much of one up an elevator.
The testing area is just up ahead. The
Why
quicker
thank
you
you,
get
Cave.
through, the quicker you'll get your $60.
Cave Johnson.
Carolyn, are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
Whoa.
Mr. Johnson. Why did I just,
I don't know.
who is that? What the hell is going
Oh,
on?
hey, you freaked out too much. So, we're about to experiment with the speed gel. Speed gel is a heck of a lot of fun, just like the repulsion gel. You know, they really have a lot of fun with the gels. Allowing us to have a lot of fun with the gels. So, here we go, let's have fun with gels. Yeehaw! Now it is in this room where we also find out a little bit more about Cave and Carolyn, and where you can get the achievement Portrait of a Lady. And you know, if you ask me, it's pretty much a no-brainer. It's obvious that Cave cares for Carolyn, just as it's obvious that Carolyn cares for Cave. The odds that they're an item, you know, are exponentially greater than that they're not an item. I personally think it's rather obvious that they're an item. And that when Chel's parents disappeared, they adopted Chel as their as their daughter. As you can see, I had a brain fart there. I think one of the things that intrigues me the most about the whole dynamic of Carolyn, Cave, and Chel is that it brings out a side of Cave that you don't really get to see in the game. Because in the game he's getting sick and he ends up, you know, dying. It's just not cool.
Okay, I guess emotional outbursts require more than 1.6 volts. Now we know that. We just need to relax. We're still going to find out what the hell's going on
The
here.
Portrait of a Lady.
But calmly. Those people in the portrait, they look so familiar.
They look so familiar. I have varying degrees of success when I play through the level in this room. Sometimes I'll get everything set up what I think is right, and then I'll end up somehow missing the final launch through, and it just gets embarrassing when you slam into the wall all the time. You know, that would have to be something we would address, the breaking and fixing the portal gun on at least one or two occasions. But, you know, you'd think she'd also catch some painkillers and fucking on a jumpsuit. You know, would have her raid a couple of infirmaries so she's stocked up, because she would just get the living daylights kicked out of her. She's always slamming into things. You know, And the boots may protect her somewhat, but they sure aren't going to protect her from a concussion.
Great job, astronaut, war hero, and/or Olympian. With your help,
what?
we're gonna change the world. This on? Hey, listen up down there. That thing's called an elevator,
Ew.
not a bathroom. If you're interested in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know. You could walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some science stuff in you, then put you back together. Good as new.
Let me stroke my goatee and think about that one. Obviously, for the most part, this room goes quite easily for me now, because it's like, almost, practically zillionth playthrough of the game. That said, still has some strange things happen, like droplets actually shooting over and nearly hitting me in the head. That's kind of cool. Yeah, these rooms are just wacky and wonderful, and filled with asbestos. What a joy. Let's cover that up. That blue sounds slightly down there. There we go. Much better. Can only imagine the lawsuits they were getting. But of course, they did have, holy mackerel, crunch. I'm sure they had crack team of lawyers. But of course that doesn't stop the fact that they also probably had these massive contracts, which they alluded to. I can only imagine. They must beat these absurd, just insanely huge contracts. Contracts the likes of which you'll never see again, because the amount of absolutely stupid stuff that they've got to cover, mantis gamma irradiation, skin teleportation, all sorts of crazy stuff. I mean, to be honest, it's pretty darn ridiculous. I'll have to write myself one of those just for fun one of these days. Just write that whole thing out. I mean, I don't know, man. That could be a script all by itself.
In case you're interested, there's still some positions available for that bonus opportunity I mentioned earlier. Again, all you gotta do is let us disassemble you. We're not banging rocks together here. We know how to put a man back together. So, that's a complete reassembly. New vitals, spit shine on the old ones, plus we're scooping out tumors. Frankly, you ought to be paying us.
That's the end of that section.
Thank you. I can't believe I'm thanking you people. For staggering your way through aperture expanses, propulsion, shell testing. You think you've made some real contributions to society for a change, and for that, humanity is grateful.
Hilarious, especially since I've been homeless in my time.
If you had any belongings, please pick them up now. We don't want old newspapers and sticks cluttering up the building. For many of you, I realize $60 is an unprecedented windfall, so don't go spending it all on, I don't know, Carolyn, what do these people buy? Tattered hats, beer, dirt.
But let's move on to Station Gamma. Station Gamma kind of the penultimate station, where we introduce the lovely portaling surface shell, which is, to be honest, one of the most awesome things in this entire game. And they do let you play around with it quite a bit. I mean, not as much as I would have liked, but if they make it too open, then you could just kind of run rampant.
Carolyn, why do I know this woman? Did I kill her?
No, I don't think so. I could be wrong though. Oh, this is exciting, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Oh boy.
Look, you're doing a great job. Can you
Why,
handle
thank you.
things for yourself for a while? I need
Sure.
to think.
Okay. Talk to you later. So of course, Potatoes is making a connection now, which the observant player might have already made, that some part of her is Carolyn. And of course, we've already made the connection that Chell is an adopted kid of aperture scientists. And we've made a kind of logical sidestep assumption that those two parents are, in fact, Carolyn and Kate, the wonderful couple. What a mess. Time to get messy. Down through the white stuff. Nice giant glob in the way, slowing down my game. Here I go. Just trace here for a while, like no one will notice. It's just really loud and annoying. Okay. It's kind of obvious what will happen here in a few minutes, but gotta keep out because we got giant mashers. Oh wait. My new boss is a robot. Whoa. That would be creepy. I wouldn't really like to have a boss as a robot, or a robot as a boss. That'd be kind of cold-hearted, even more so than a regular boss. Here we go, let's open the door.
It's evil.
Yeah, okay. Go back to plotting. Yeah, it did.
Good for him. All right. Back to thinking.
Okay. Well, for me, it's back to running through these giant mashers at a million miles an hour and shooting out a portal hole. Gee-ha. It is now 1981.
Welcome to the Enrichment Center.
Ooh.
Since making test participation mandatory for all employees, the quality of our test subjects has risen dramatically. Employee retention, however, has not. As a result, you may have heard we're going to phase out human testing. There's still a few things left to wrap up, though. Now, the bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway. Ground them up, mixed them into a gel. And guess what? Ground up moon rocks are pure poison. I am deathly ill. Still, it turns out they're a great portal conductor. So
Well,
now,
that's handy.
we're going to see if jumping in and out of these new portals can somehow leach the lunar poison out of a man's bloodstream. When life gives you lemons,
sounds good.
make lemonade.
I'm a woman, though.
Let's all stay positive and do some science.
Yeah.
That said, I would really appreciate it if you could test as fast as possible.
You
Carol,
got it.
please bring me more pain pills.
I can just imagine Carolyn getting those pain pills right now and just really, really caring for him. Really caring for him. There's definitely that relationship there. Alright, time to make a mess. Gotta get up there. My god, it's blue goo, white goo. Here we go. That is so satisfying. Damn, and create my own portal services. Yeehaw. Check the portal color, and off we go. Just like with all my other times playing through this level, I set up kind of default until let's see how much stuff I can get wide. I always try and get good coverage around this area first because that's where I need it in the end. And then I coat the rest of the room up to a certain extent. Very ingenious idea, this. I really like this. Portal color check. Fire. We're about to one of the most splendid speeches in the entire game. Another one, Monty Pythonish in its lunacy and its grandeur. There's nothing quite like this speech. And the way it's delivered by JK is really phenomenal. It completely sells the lunacy of Cave in his last days. Just completely off his rocker and upset to the max.
Alright, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad! I don't want your damn lemons! What am I supposed to do with these?
Yeah, take the lemons.
Demand to see life's manager. Make life through the day and thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. Do you know who I am? I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemons. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down!
Thought you would. Potatoes.
Burn his house down. Fighting people. He said what we're all thinking.
The point is, if we can store music on a compact disc, why can't we store a man's intelligence and personality on one? So I have the engineers figuring that out now. Brain mapping, artificial intelligence. We should have been working on it 30 years ago. I will say this, and I'm gonna say it on tape so everybody hears it 100 times a day.
So pay attention.
If I die before you people can pour me into a computer, I want Carolyn to run this place. she'll argue. She'll say she can't. She's modest like that, but you make her.
Interestingly enough, there's some sound files that have been
No,
found.
put her in my computer. I don't care.
Portrayed
test's
and
over.
forcing her into a computerized version of herself.
Head on back to your desk.
It's pretty darn creepy, to say the least.
Aye, sir.
Alright, we're exiting into 1982. We travel back in time up to 1982. Now we know kind of a bit where Gladys got her insanity from. Cave, obviously. And got her sanity from Carolyn. One kind of tempered the other. This is Portal 2's version of the room, which used to make me queasy. The room where you're putting portals on surfaces and moving higher and higher up the room. I like the design of this one better. I never actually got physically sick in this one. Although I will say that my first time through it, it did take quite a while. But I never did puke or anything. Whereas in the first game, it sure as heck felt like it. And fire. 2,900 meters and rising. Wrong one. And open sesame. The other door.
I know things look bleak, but that crazy man down there was right. Let not take these lemons. We are going to march right back upstairs and make him put me back in my body.
Okay. Way to be assertive.
And he'll probably kill us because he's incredibly powerful and I have no plan.
Thanks for reminding me of that, Gladys.
Well, I'm not going to lie.
Down I go.
The odds are 1,000,000 to 1, and that's with some generous rounding.
Well, that's really
Still though, let's get mad. If we're going to explode,
hopeful.
let's at least explode with some dignity.
Sure, sounds like a plan. Exploding with dignity. Now, the reason I tried to do this was that one time when I played through, this actually worked. But on this occasion, no such luck. So I had this little glitch that happens every once in a while. I don't know why it happens. Where you put all the portals in the right place, and no luck. The little blue globs of paint fly right over the angled piece of metal, which it's not supposed to, but here as you can see it did. That leads to an interesting question. If I were to adapt Portal, if I were to work at a Portal film out of all this Portal goodness, would I write a sequence where Charles, for some reason, doesn't get something right, or something doesn't work out as she planned? I think that's part of the way this game works. I think it's something that would need to be included, absolutely. And here, even funnier, is it should be hitting me, but it's not. So I'll duck down and take a few in the face here. Or maybe I won't. But I think a good part of... There we go. Blue, where is me? There's a child. Part of the Blue Woman group. That's right. Unfortunately, it's still not getting this slanted piece of metal wet. No, ordinarily I would have cut this segment short because I do let it go on for quite a while, but I'm letting it go because it gives me a chance to talk about, you know, unexpected things. Just the beginning of this week, I unexpectedly found myself getting a job completely out of the blue, a screenwriting job, and currently I'm taking a little stress relieving break from working on the first draft for this script. But I'll get back to it. Us screenwriters have really weird hours. But you gotta expect the unexpected when you're working on a project, when you're writing a project. You know, you're gonna end up confronted with things you never really anticipated. You're going to be stuck with things that you were absolutely sure that you were going to have to do. And you're gonna end up not having to do it. Here I decide to try it from the very beginning again. I really tried anything I could to get stupid work. But it was an idiot. Yep, missing, and more missing. But you know what, I was just, you know, when I got the news, I mean, what more was that, you know, I can't really go, oh man, no, it's too big a project, I don't want to take it. You know, running on a budget this big scares me. No, you run with it. You run with the curveballs, and you get to work on it. Why? Probably because it's something you've always wanted to work on. That might be part of it. You don't not work on something just because you're afraid of failure. You keep on working on it, whatever your project is. That doesn't necessarily mean that things are going to be wonderful or always joyous, but it does mean that you don't give up. It means that you take those curveballs and you run with them. It means that you take on the projects that you're just not expecting to come right up out of the blue, and you just kind of roll with the punches sometimes. There are times when you don't get what you expect. That's what you do. Believe it or not, I stopped recording, and then right after I stopped recording, I set the portals up and it worked. So, don't ask me why, but there we go. All I'm saying is, if you're given the chance to do something, jump at it. Jump at it. If someone from Valve Software were to come to me and go, we want you to take a crack at Portal, I'd be all over it. Would I fear getting it wrong? No. Would I have a healthy concern about getting it right? Absolutely. Part of working on any script is doing your level-headed best. You know, if you're not a screenwriter doing your level-headed best, then in my humble opinion, don't even go there. You should put 110% behind every script that you do. Period. You never, ever fail to give your best. Because if you fail to give your best, then you're doing a disservice to everyone who was part of the process to begin with. I had fun with this, because the upper portal never went into the middle, so I had this lower portal, which was like it was in the wrong place. But every time I moved it through an upper portal, the upper portal was left or to the right. And I'm thinking, great, last time I couldn't get the panel to become blue. Now I've got this weird thing going on. You'll also notice that my suit portal was in the wrong place, so this is going to hurt. Basically around this time, I was probably very early in the morning, late at night. I just wanted to get done with this section of the game, so I said, you know what, I'll just move the blue portal up high and we'll just throw caution to the wind and go for it. Hope it works. Oh, look, it worked. Alright. Excuse me as I gnash my teeth down. Yeah, it's some blue there. And we're ready to go. Got that set up. Alrighty. Here we go. Yeehaw. Ah, there's a lot of white stuff there. Time to get messy. Of course, trying to walk through the portal. It's one of those cases where a very short memory what color portal I should put around, so here I'll, ah man. So of course I missed the beginning of the mess, which is a bummer. But I love this. I love it a lot. Caution. Be very careful. Caution. You may slip and fall on your butt. Fire a portal over there. Ah. And in we go. I love how that echo right there. Huge room. When you first come into it, you're like, wow, there are a lot of places I can throw a portal. And of course, you're trying to figure out where to throw it. I like it when I can stick this landing, but this time I miss. And that's just the way those things happen sometimes. And here, for some reason, it wouldn't let me go through the portal. So I had to fire it again. Oh look, I'm through. I should let you into a true story. I had to replay this a few sections of this game in their entirety because somehow I managed to accidentally start recording the loading screens. Yeah, start recording loading screens. It was great. Of course, it was entirely unintentional. I mean, as much as I love playing Portal 2, believe me, sometimes I will just finish playing it and start right up playing it. But you do not, you know, knowingly, willingly keep playing through sections of the game and recording the loading screens. And when I realized I was doing that, I was just kind of, I just shook my head and was like, oh, I can't believe I gotta play all that again. Of course, this playthrough of this section was a lot smoother. The first time I played through it, this room here, I made a couple of huge portal placement errors that were just really poor. Of course, not only does that open, but the pipes join for all of the different colored goos to go up into the main portal area, the main aperture area, and it lowers down this wonderful little crane bridge. So we successfully travel backward and forward in time, and now we're going to crash these parties, so to speak. We're going to next head into the Wheatley Laboratory section.
If you can get me in front of him, I'll fry every circuit in that little idiot's head. As long as I don't listen to what I'm saying, I should be okay. Probably.
There's all the gels. I love how this whole place is on massive shock absorbing coils. Really awesome. I wonder how many are underneath this place.
Okay, so it's not the most watertight plan to go confront an omnipotent power-mad AI with.
No, it's
Still,
not.
it's a better plan than exploding. Marginally.
Okay.